Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name is Paula. So today is 3 of my favourite poses for just getting some relief. If you've been using the computer for a long time, or if you feel like you've just been really texting a lot, or it's just to really just open up the body. It's short and sweet. You could do this seated in a chair if you'd like to, or if you'd like to be in a cross-legged position, or I'm in a Japanese seat seated on a block. So just choose your position and let's make a start. Once you're in your seat, resting the hands down onto the legs, closing down the eyes. Taking these first few moments to connect with your breathing. Just notice how your breath is. And then gently start to extend into your breathing. So slowing down the inhale and slowing down the exhale. Just continue working with this longer breath in and out through the nose. Picturing the length of the entire spine, allowing the face to be soft and the shoulders soft. And then let's open up the eyes, releasing the arms down by your side for a moment. Take an inhale to reach the arms forward and up, extending up through both sides of the waist. And then as you exhale, take a twist to the right, letting the hands drop down. That left hand to the outside of the right thigh or your chair, right hand behind you, turning the shoulders to the right. Keep that nice long breath. Thinking about the left side of the body, or particularly the upper body, turning to the right. Both hip bones keep pointing forward. Taking one more in-breath, lengthening up. As you exhale, see if there's any more space. And then returning back to center. Extending that right arm up to the ceiling and then dropping the right hand to land onto the upper back here. So we're going for our Gomukasana arms. You could take the left hand and just hold the right elbow, and this is absolutely fine. Let the shoulders drop down. Anyone who wants to go a little bit further and you want to try to take your monkey grip, just take that left hand back behind you and creep it up until you can touch the right fingertips and try to hook the fingers, gripping as much as you can. Once you've found your position, finding stillness, you could gaze down towards the ground or gaze towards the tip of the nose, lengthening up through both sides of the body. And those lower ribs, they want to flare forward. You want to encourage them to drop in, back ribs climbing up. Try not to let this right arm splay out to the side. Keep it hugging in. Can you keep your breath open? One more full breath. Staying for the exhale. If you've got your left hand behind there, you can just keep it there. But if you don't, you'll have to bring it back. We're going to release that top arm and everyone bring that right hand back behind you and the left hand back behind you. And we're going for our reverse prayer position here. So if you can, seal the palms of the hands together behind the back, behind the ribs. If you can't take your prayer, then you could take hold of your wrists or your forearms or your elbows. Just choose whichever one works for you. Once you've found your position, this invitation there to just close down the eyes and drop into just the body sensations. It's really lovely opening up through the wrists, releasing through the fingers, across the collarbones and the front of the shoulders. Just noticing if there's any way you can soften. Maybe releasing the muscles of the face. Just one more full breath. And then let's gently release the hands down. Sweep the arms up, taking an inhale. Exhale, twisting to the left. So taking that right hand to the outside of the left thigh, left hand behind you. Turning the eyes, look over towards that left shoulder. Trying to drop that right shoulder down away from the ear. Inhaling. As you exhale, see if there's any more space. And then inhale to return back to center. Taking that left arm up towards the ceiling. Taking the left hand onto the upper back. And your choice here, either using the right hand just to hold the elbow, or if you'd like to, we're going for our Gomukasana. Bringing the right hand back behind you, just creeping the hands together so you can take your monkey grip. Once you've found your position, try to keep both shoulders square to the front. And maybe just gazing out of the ground, gazing to the tip of the nose, or even just closing the eyes if that feels good for you. Trying to slow down your breathing. Noticing if there's any way you can soften. And then if your right hand is back behind you, you can just keep it there. Let's release that left arm up, take it all the way back. So we're taking our reverse prayer once again. So taking both hands back behind you if they're not already there. Trying to seal the palms of the hands together. If you can do that, you might be able to creep the hands up a little bit higher in between the shoulder blades. Try to bring the thumb side of the hands together. Those lower ribs drawing in. Long through the spine. And if you feel comfortable to do so, you might just close down the eyes. If you are holding on to your wrists or your forearms, see if you can walk your hands in a little bit closer towards the elbows. So you're drawing those elbows a little bit further in together. You're starting to get a little bit more narrow. This last full breath here. And then gently releasing those hands. Just give the fingers a little bit of a twirl out in one direction, releasing those wrists. And then going in the opposite direction. And then placing the hands down onto your thighs, just closing down the eyes. Just letting the attention rest at the tip of the nose, just following the breathing. Just feeling free to stay here. Just continue to follow the breath for a little bit longer. If you'd like to, you can open up the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.